I tweeted about this the other day. Let me pull this up. I was asking about the U.S. men's national team strikers and, what the hell the list looks like right now. Like, what is the depth chart for the strikers? Shouldn't it look like P-Folk, Vasquez, then Ferreira, then Sargent? Like, who is the top striker for America right now?
James, you got to cut that noise out. You know, Greg has his favorites, man. He's probably going to put Jordan Morris in the first game anyways.
What?
Why are you getting excited?
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Please
He's
don't
fast.
put that.
He's going to put
not
the square.
anymore.
No, he still is. They showed next gen stats. He is still fast. He's still top 5 fastest in MLS.
He's built like
Jordan
a brick
Morris.
wall.
He's fast.
He's always been fast.
That's his thing. That's why he always tears his ACL.
Yeah, because he's a stocky dude. Like, it's not like. And when I saw him playing over the summer, he looked a little out of shape too. Like, damn, just
dude, peep this. All right, so peep this. So, I always thought Jordan Morris just kind of looked like a cat that wandered onto the field, and and then I was watching during the pandemic, Christian Roldan and him were streaming like Fortnite or something, and they were talking about this post or whatever. And it was just them standing in front of the training ground, like both with their shirt off. He is like built like a brick wall, man. He is actually ripped up. You put a t-shirt on him and then he looks pedestrian as all.
But the thing is, here's the thing. Soccer players, the whole point of you being fit is not for you to be built like a truck, but you gotta be that really lean built, like Bruce Lee type. Because otherwise, you're not going to be the fastest guy in the field. You're going to have defenders that are going to like get in front of you. Yeah, you're going to take him down, and all of a sudden, it's a foul on you. So, like look at Cristiano Ronaldo. That guy's built like a truck, but he's very lean.
He is lean. So hold on. We railroaded James here, James. So was that your order? You had Vasquez on the plane as your third in the depth chart?
No, I'm saying P-Foc, then Vasquez, then Ferreira, then Sargent. Vasquez above Ferreira and Sargent right now. Who's playing better?
Well, what about Pepe, man? I heard you guys were getting excited about Pepe last week.
Pepe's the bottom, man. Pepe's still just a reach.
I see. I feel like this. We are at a point. Okay, so. There are good instances of this, and there are bad instances of this. But we are at a point where even if you're playing pretty lights out, like if you haven't been involved like at all, it's kind of done. Like Mark Tillman is kind of like that cutoff. Like if you before Mark Tillman, you've got a shot if you're playing lights out right now. After that, like it's too recent, and so I do really feel like as much as it sucks. We're looking at the order being P-Foc, Sargent. Well, I shouldn't say sucks. I'm not terrified of this as long as most of our wingers are healthy.
P-Foc is not, but Berhalter does not consider P-Foc a striker for him right now.
Well, that's my
concern. To me, he's the number one, and they're not taking the number one. This is like Mexico leaving Chicharito.
James,
although Chicharito is not a starter.
Keep forgetting he has another favorite, and this guy's a game changer. You might know him by the name of Jossie Saddest.
Jossie fucking.
No, he's fallen off too far. It's a bridge too far at this point. But
you know what? Greg's still gonna take him.
No, dude.
He needs someone to hang out with.
No. I'm telling you this. Like, it's too. This is my order, but this is who he's gonna take, and he probably will have a different order than me. But he'll take it. My order would be P-Foc, Sargent, Ferreira, with Pepe as a fourth if we're like, if we take a fourth forward instead of something else, right? Instead of like a fifth center back, right? And so, or like a ninth right back or something. And so I think Greg's order is Ferreira, Sargent, P-Foc, honestly.
That's a lot of pressure to put on an MLS guy to be your top scorer.
Yeah, you mean the greatest league that ever existed? No, I'm kidding.
Kidding, man.
What sucks is I really liked Berhalter as a player, and now it's just like all sour taste in my mouth.
And the reason I say this is that Yeah, Ferreira could score goals, in MLS, sometimes in a national team. But come on, you're about to throw that kid in front of the English
That's what I'm
four-man
saying.
defense team,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. Well, I mean, so if you think about it,
You know what?
let's
Then
be
again,
reasonable here. If you play against England, you're not going to have a ton of the ball. Ferreira does two things well. He's not world class at them, but he does two things well. He makes decent runs, and for a smaller striker, he does a decent job of holding the ball up. So what you do is you start with him, so in the first game you start Josh Sargent. That's what
I'm
happened.
gonna throw you a wrench here, okay? I'm gonna throw you a wrench. You're talking about the English, four-man backline, right?
Right.
We might have a chance. You know why he says Ferreira might be able to score. You know why? It's because they got that idiot from Manchester United playing as center back.
No, there's no way, Harry. We're never going to be that lucky that Harry Maguire's Harry Maguire is going to freak out and he'll be like player of the tournament. It'll be ridiculous. No, but we couldn't get that lucky. I just feel like this is what I think Berhalter is going to think and do. You're going to start Sargent against Wales, and then you're going to start Ferreira against England to do, like I said, runs and hold it up a little bit. And then when we're losing, he'll put in PFOC to hold it up. And that's it. And that will be his game plan.
And we got to win against Iran because, we can't just leave come on, they're always wishing death to America. So I figured, hey, we could just beat them in soccer. That's the closest thing they'll get. But hey.
I mean, honestly, are they that wrong? But anyway, it's like you can't look past Iran. Like, just here's the thing. England cannot look past us. Wales cannot look past us. Conversely, we cannot look past Wales and we cannot look past Iran. Like, you got to take these games, all of these will be challenging games. Like, there is a reality where the U.S. men's national team plays well and still doesn't get out of the group.
Let's discuss the reality of U.S. versus England. I think there's two realities, two possibilities. It's either it's a tight game, or it's a complete England blowout.
I don't think we'll get blown out. We're not that. That's kind of buying into the hype of the whole unprovenness of this generation.
I presented two. I said there's two. It's either going to be a close game or we're going to get our asses beat. I don't see any way the USA has a strong game and we're kicks their ass. The only way they win is a close game.
Hold on. You don't think that England's going to be pressing with their fullbacks and then with their wingers, and we're not going to have the speed with a Pulisic or a Reina or a Tim Weah and get one or two on the counter?
We're talking about guys that are regular starters for the Premier League versus guys that wish they were regular starters in the Premier League.
Yes.
Well, hold on. Didn't we just talk about how crappy MLS is and how back in the day, last time we were on, we talked about how back in the day the best American player in the world was getting not occasional, but regular minutes for a relegation battle team. And we still won that group in the World Cup, right? We still won the group in 2010.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is not 2010.
It's not. But teams are better than the sum of their parts at times, man. And especially in a tournament setting like that.
And the reason I say this is because England is actually one of the top 5 teams to win the World Cup.
True, but true.
They went to the final for the Euro last year.
Well, didn't Italy win it?
Yeah, they won it in penalties.
Yeah,
but still.
But isn't Italy not even in the World Cup?
Yeah, they messed up, but still, it's the freaking Euros. That means that England, was better than Spain, was better than Germany, was better than Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo's team.
England was really good in the last World Cup.
And the thing is that team, that England team is prepped and ready. They could be really good contenders for the World Cup.
They have played like garbage, dude. They haven't won a game in 10 games or something crazy.
Yeah, that's true, but we also saw that from Spain or something in some World Cup, right?
Put it like this. Teams always have a bad run before the World Cup.
Yes.
I mean, maybe. I guess my point is I'm not saying that the U.S. is likely to win. What
We're
I'm
not there yet,
saying is it's not out of the realm of possibility for the U.S. at this stage to beat a good team. We've been a way worse and like way less talented team beating similar caliber teams to this current England team like in the past. We've won those games before. It's just, it's just not so outlandish like people are trying to make it. It's not like a David Goliath thing. It's a extremely talented team that should go extremely far in the tournament versus an up and coming, very what's the word I'm searching for? Non-consistent team.
Yeah, because they're not exciting to watch sometimes. It's like you've seen young, teams that have, they have that youth on their side. They're excited to watch. They're exciting to watch. I haven't seen a lot of that with the U.S. men's national team, outside of the U.S. playing against CONCACAF opponents.
That's just a symptom of the Nations League crap. We don't get those friendlies anymore like we used to.
I like if the last two friendlies are any indication of what's going to happen in the World Cup, that's not a good sign. Losing 2-0 to Japan and then tying 0-0 with Saudi Arabia.
I hope it's not an indication. I feel like we were missing a lot of parts and a lot of people were not in the forum a month or two, or like a month ago when those games were, that they're in now. There's plenty of players playing a lot better right now, honestly.
But one of the things that's been concerning is the amount of players that won't be playing for the next month.
Wait, who?
Aaron Long, amongst them.
Oh, God damn it. Do not let Aaron Long should not be on this team. There is no way Aaron Long goes on to Qatar. There's no possible way.
He dropped Aaron Long, man. Why'd you have to go there?
He's not the only one, though. There's somebody who's tweeting about all the players who aren't playing, and there's a good number of players who aren't going to be playing. All these MLS players kind of have a problem when they get eliminated because they're not going to be getting regular playing time.
Are really going to go. Like Roldan's going to go and be like one of the 3 people who don't get game minutes because he's a good locker room guy. So it's Roldan. There's going to be like Jesus Ferreira, who is actually still playing.
How the hell is Roldan a locker room guy?
Huh?
How the hell is Roldan a locker room guy?
He's a good work ethic kind of cat, and everybody seems to like him.
Is he like? Yeah, he's a locker room guy for the MLS. Because if I'm playing in Europe, and I'm busting my ass in the Premier League or La Liga, and then out of nowhere, this cat from MLS says, "Hey guys, we got to get it together, man. We got to win." Like, dude, what the,
Yeah, give me Tim Ream. Give me
some guy that knows what I've been through, and I have this guy try to hype me up because we need to play better or anything like that.
Man, you got on a whole nother topic here. I actually think we as fans look at it a little bit differently, because how many times, like, think about these podcasts now that all these players get to have that never used to exist type of thing. And we're hearing kind of these stories and these guys who are like, oh, well, I don't know why this cat never signed for a bigger team because he just, Pele'd around everybody in practice, or the kind of respect people have for people of different playing styles and levels that actually go like transcend a little bit. Like, how many times have we heard players from the just bygone era talk about, and not just Americans, but like other people talk about players who could have played other places or didn't necessarily show, like, their career didn't necessarily show their level of skill.
Look,
right?
Man.
Like, I think a lot of these players have some more respect for people that we wouldn't assume.
If this is your way of hyping up Kyle Beckerman, man, I don't know.
Oh, no. I was not a Kyle Beckerman guy. No. Like, listen, you know what? If you a white guy rocking dreads, there are other bad decisions you have made with your life.
Man, what's funny? Because every time I think of Kyle Beckerman, I think of this thing that I saw. I think I saw it on Facebook or Twitter years ago. So apparently, like, Real Salt Lake was like selling like player portraits, like drawings of players, like in cool backgrounds, and they had one with Kyle Beckerman running, and there's like a lion in the background or something, because that's the mascot for Real Salt Lake. And I remember reading the comments. I guess it was on Twitter or Facebook, I remember reading the comments and someone actually posted like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna pay $200 to have a picture of a homeless guy." Oh man.
So I didn't like, again, he's another cat that like I would have loved on my MLS team, but not like the national team. But yeah,
know, man.
he so looked like a homeless dude.
Dude, that man, to this day, I remember that, and it always cracks me up, man. It's like, man, that someday I gotta even see if they had that picture up still. But it was like this like cool looking picture of Kyle Beckerman running, and there's a line in the background. And you see some mountains, and they're selling it for like $200-300. And someone said on the comments, "I ain't paying $300 for a picture of a homeless guy." But
Shit,
we gotta
That's
chill, man. We gotta
freaking
chill.
classic.
The guy from Columbus is here. You know what? Then
Good.
Oh, we got Connor checking in.
yeah, we got some guy from Columbus.
Some guy from Columbus. What's up?
Oh, nothing much. I just figured I'd come in for a few minutes, say what's up, and then chat a little, and then dip.
We're
how
talking
you
a
feel
little.
about
We're talking a little bull smack on the U.S. men's national team.
And Kyle Beckerman.
Kyle
Don't forget.
Beckerman, and the fact that he looks like a homeless person. And why would anybody want a $200 picture of a homeless person
Oh
in their
god.
home?
Oh, that.
Kind of like the whole Frankie Hayjuk in a skateboard around in the downtown Columbus.
Oh,
Want Frankie on
God.
his skateboard.
oh god.
We have nobody on the Fire who does that, who skates around Chicago.
No,
I
we have
would-
nobody with any personality.
We shouldn't have.
Nobody has any personality on this team, especially since selling Gaga.
Yeah,
Put it like this: Mike McGee was like, I saw Mike McGee on the last game, and you would think that a guy like Mike McGee will be like, man, we should have a presentation for all the Fire players. The guy was literally sitting on regular seats. Like, dude, this guy used to be your MVP, and you're treating him like, yeah.
He's more of a Galaxy guy than a Fire guy, even though
Yeah,
he won his
well, you know
MVP
what?
with us.
he
He
had
made it
most of his
exciting.
success with the Galaxy. He really did.
He made it exciting. He made it exciting for that 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah, he did. He that was like, there were minor bright spots, but like it just always seemed like sullied. Like even 2017, how excited could we get with Arturo Alvarez being an important part of that puzzle?
But
You know what I
man,
mean? Like,
That 2017. That's 2017 team at the beginning when they were killing everybody 4-0. Every game was like 4-5-0. Like, man, that was exciting.
There was only a few 4 or 5-0 games. No way was Paunovic's offense clicking like that.
I literally saw my own 2 eyes David Accam score a backheel goal on Orlando on the first or second minute of the game.
Yeah.
So think about that. They lit the hell out of freaking Atlanta, like 5-2 or 5-1. Like they were like on a steamroll. They went to San Jose and beat them 4-1. They literally went to somebody else's house and beat them 4-1.
That's
Like,
huge.
they
But
were
also, didn't we get whooped by Seattle?
Well, yeah, we ran out of steam.
Something like that. Yeah, but I don't know. Is Connor still here, by the way?
Nah, he left. He
All right,
just wanted to say hi.
Oh, I was just saying hello. Well, I'm just thinking about that U.S. men's national team, and I'm starting to think about the goalkeeper situation. Do you really think that's settled?
No, I mean, we all know that the guy from Arsenal is going to start.
Turner. Oh, you're right. Turner's going to start. That makes sense.
In fact, he's actually started for Arsenal what was it, last week or a week ago?
He did. I
Yeah.
like that. And they're the best team in the Premiership right now.
Well, man, you ever seen that All or Nothing Arsenal on Amazon Prime?
I have not.
Oh my God, you gotta check it out, man. You could actually, the way Mikel Arteta coaches that team, man,
where did the Connor go?
he left,
We're
man.
talking about his Arsenal team.
Oh no.
He's from Columbus. People over there got curfews and shit. I don't know.
They do.
Well, yeah, isn't he like 22 or something ridiculous?
He's college
Yeah,
age.
like I said, he still has curfews.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
You know?
All right, I'm starting to lose my flame for the U.S. men's national team and the fire right now, guys. I'm starting to fade.
It's all right. You gonna buy
better not
God of
fade.
War?
The new God of War. I think it's just PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Nope, I don't have it. I don't have PlayStation.
Oh, for real? For real?
Yep. PC
Oh,
Master Race, and I got a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I'm with him
Oh.
too, man. I do PC gaming. I don't mess around with no consoles that run like a 10-year-old PC. I'm good.
Yo,
That is what consoles are. They do.
dude, it's idiot proof. I put
It
in my
is.
disc. I wait my 45 minutes for the first patch, and then I can play my game.
That's
Look,
true.
man. This is like the year 2022. Like, you can't be computer illiterate at this point. You know,
You
like
can't be relying on the PlayStation company for your gaming.
Hold on. PlayStation has the best games because they always give like the weird stuff a try. B,
True.
I'll say this. Yo, I'm turning 40 next month. Like, and I paint my nails. I listen to deathcore. I stay young enough, man. Technology is starting to pass me by.
look, man. I work with people that are 50 that know literally more about network ports than I do. All right, and I'm 36, so it can be done.
It can be done, he says.
So
Absolutely. PC over consoles any day. I mean, just for the reasons the DPG said, it's 10-year-old technology by the time it even gets into your hands. I mean, it's not. It's
Well,
like
wait,
3.
How often do you have to update your CPU? How often do you have to update the graphics card? How often do you have to update the monitor?
So that's a good
Or,
question.
well, I
have
should
to
say-
is a good question. How often do I have to? Basically, I don't have to upgrade my PC for the next 10, 15 years. But there's that new 4090 card that just released. It has 24 gigabytes of VRAM. I have a 3070. I have a ridiculous video card.
Dude, I have
3070 Ti.
I have a 2070 Super. So I was actually contemplating upgrading, but I think I'm gonna hold off a little bit.
It's getting close to time
yeah.
for you. It's getting close.
Yeah. I don't
But,
know if I'm gonna spend.
because the amount of the amount of VRAM that these games are using is about to just skyrocket with this the new system that they want to use, the Unreal Engine 5, the Matrix video game type stuff. And the amount of visual RAM it's going to require to run, it'll make us have to have more visual RAM memory in our cards. So
Let's not get too techy. Tokyo's gonna faint. All right.
No, I'm getting. Hold on. I'm learning. This is how I stay hip, man.
yep.
Yo, so peep this. I always make this joke, but it's basically reality. I realize that like I'm more hip to what the kids are into these days because for a very long story that I'm not going to tell, we were watching a 16-year-old for a couple months.
Yep.
And I am way more hip to what the kids are into than my fiance.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually talking to like a freaking 7th grader, and apparently now they have like this whole hierarchy of how to like differentiate people that are cool and not cool, whatever. They're literally using literary devices, like calling people main characters.
And NPCs, yeah.
Yes, that's what they call them, main characters and NPCs. Holy shit.
And it's like what the hell is going on with society? Like,
Yeah, they're insulting each other. And then the social media aspect, the kids never turn off. Like, imagine getting bullied 24 hours a day.
like,
I mean,
you know, that's the point though. That's the thing. Like in school,
isn't
when I
that
was
what
growing
having
up,
siblings is?
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's a point where your siblings stop being up on you and you guys all go together and you guys team up for a time. Sometimes that just doesn't happen with the school bullies in school.
Well, that's
And
the
then,
thing though.
you know, they keep picking on you at school, and all of a sudden now they have the social media to go after you too. Unless you don't have an identity in your identity list, and you got to cry because you don't have an identity.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing. Like you have choices. Right? This is the thing. Like, you know, this is like me growing up in Chicago, and probably the same thing for Tokyo. You know, he's around my age. James, how old are you, James?
I'm 35.
So yeah, you're basically a year younger than I am. So back in the day, if you got bullied, you had two choices. You could either put up with it or you could fight the bully.
Or you punch him in the fucking face and you find out.
Exactly.
You fuck
yeah.
around, you find out. That's the greatest graft. Fuck around to find out ratio. That is my favorite.
Exactly.
I have to pull that up. Have you guys seen
And
that?
when you knocked out the bully, that was it. He'll stop messing with you.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
it.
you, it's give and take. Like, I'm 5'5". I don't got the wingspan, but I've been hit in the face, and I've hit some people in the face. Like,
Exactly.
it's give and take.
It's give and take. Hey, you get it. You get it how you can. And that's the thing. Is like now it's like now you don't have like kids don't realize that you don't have to put up with it. You could go fight the bully,
The more you're gonna
beat the
fight,
crap out of him, embarrass him in front of the whole school. Deal with his angry parents saying, "Oh, my son got beat up because he was being stuff like that."
I'm just glad I've never wanted to do that, because like raising a child, like
Oh my,
everybody
nowadays.
everybody thinks their way that they grew up was the right way, and like, or if they didn't, they go far too way the other way. You know what I mean? It's just too tough. It's too tough to know what the right kind of thing is. Oh God, I love that graph. I can't believe you pulled it up.
Look, man, just fight the bully, man.
The more you-
I think the whole thing, just talk to bully. That the whole concept is gone.
Right. Well,
because,
let me say this. Hold on.
see,
The
the more
The more
Kids
you
on
find
there.
out,
the more you're gonna find out.
oh wait, so the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out. That's the best graph on YouTube.
And that's the thing is like even if you lose a fight against a bully, I think at that point you might actually get some respect.
Well,
'Cause-
it's just the standing up for yourself. You're right. And like that's the thing. If you get fully beat up by a bully multiple times, that's like assault. That is a serious thing. Like people will step in.
I think
But you
bullies are
fight- you
different
stand up-
nowadays, guys. I think
you
bullies
stand
are
up and fight.
different.
Really, you stand up and fight one, then it's just kind of like, okay, well, on to the next guy, because like there was a fight. He actually fought back. It's
Right.
whatever.
But there's there's different kinds of bullies. There's social media bullies who will never throw a physical punch. They'll just throw
Well, yeah.
mental ones.
Well, yeah, you find the
and
guy
then,
that's
and those ones
typing-
sometimes hurt more.
yeah, but sometimes you find the guy that's typing the stuff out.
Yes.
You beat his ass with his own laptop.
Oh God, isn't that the whole plot of Jay and Silent Bob
That
Strike
is.
Back?
Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
He's like, hey, are you blah blah blah? Is your name this?
That
If
is
you're
the
right-
greatest. That is
you're right.
awesome. And there was somebody who was talking about accountability. Oh, it was a poker player, Doug Polk. Doug Polk, he plays poker. He's good with crypto money stuff. But anyways, poker player. And he was saying, is it time for everybody on Twitter to kind of everybody be verified? And then that kind of solves these problems. And also, on top of that, instead of censoring these ideas, censor them, but make them available to be seen. Like you could click to see why they're censored, and then you could put them away. And that
Oh,
also
man.
solves a problem.
There is different, because listen, there's like celebrity worship. So you allow somebody like just look at recently, like Kanye West, this crap that he's saying. You allow people with a big enough platform to just say whatever, and that influences too many people. So you have to set a term of services. Like people say First Amendment, this and that. The First Amendment is freedom of speech. It is not freedom from consequence. Like
You make a threat. You make a threat, and there is a consequence.
Well, not even just that. You a white person, you say the N-word, there is a consequence. Like,
Dude, there was a stupid clip. A stupid person was saying it, and another person hit him in the face with the skateboard. It was such.
fuck around and find out.
It was fuck around and find out, and like I had a problem with it. I had a problem. On the one hand, I'm like, I'm glad this kid gets a fucking. You need to get your fucking shit knocked into you. But the other kid who's recording it, he just recorded an assault. He just recorded him assaulting another person for saying
what
a
happened to
word that
Stop
doesn't
Snitching?
affect them whatsoever. So like that is the other aspect there. I'm like, this person just might have fucked up their life for internet clout. Like,
Dude, that's so dumb, man. That's so dumb. Why? I don't know. I guess I'm just from a bygone era of old dinosaurs, man.
well, dude, would we see? Here's the thing: 20 years ago, I think all of us, we see a guy get hit. He says that word, he gets hit in the face by a skateboard. 20 years ago, we're all saying, yeah, that makes sense. And
Hell yeah.
and nowadays, I'm saying, yeah, that makes sense. But also, he recorded himself doing an assault. Maybe I'm just a little bit smarter about. I mean, because
Yeah, not everything needs to be for the gram.
right,
Yeah.
not everything needs to be for the Instagram. And God be it, this kid needed a fucking wake up call. I mean, you don't fucking say that fucking stupid shit. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, on the one hand, it's a good thing you got a fucking skateboard face, but a skateboard is a fucking deadly weapon. It's a fucking bat.
See, that's the thing, man. Like,
That's the problem.
because so much is so like, how do I word this?
Mhm.
don't take anything at good faith. They just use whatever they want. It's the kind of like
They use it for the
projection type of
moment.
things. Right. So like in a scenario where someone gets hit multiple times kind of out of nowhere and or during a robbery and or in a normal just like disagreement type of fight, that is a deadly weapon. If a dude is if it's a fuck around and find out situation, he smashes him once with it, I do not believe that is assault with a deadly
Dude,
weapon.
you don't know. It could take one punch to kill somebody. I mean,
Agreed, but
it's so no, and not to mention that kid is sitting there defenseless. He's sitting there smoking a cigarette, defensive. Albeit the kid's a scumbag. The kid is a scumbag, deserves to have his face smashed in by a fist. But a skateboard is so much more velocity, so much more mass,
Right?
so much more brain bashing capacity than my fist coming at you from like a foot and a half.
So is the Rock's fist. Man,
I don't know,
His fist is a deadly weapon. That is true.
I don't want to get your channel in trouble, but I'm pro. I'm pro. I'm pro hit the kid in the face with the skateboard.
I don't mind that. I don't mind you being pro hit the kid in the face. But I'm also pro hit the kid in the face with the skateboard. But I'm also like pro stop. Don't do this for the clout.
Oh,
like
don't,
what are you really hitting this kid in the skateboard for? Is my point. If he's really hitting this kid in the skateboard for saying the N-word, that's one thing. But he was not really hitting the kid in the skateboard for the N-word. He was hitting the kid in the skateboard for a clip to put on TikTok. That's what it was. And that is kind of the scumbaggery of it. He used this person being a racist asshole to be a manipulative asshole. And it makes me think about the Amaranth situation. Amaranth, recently, there's this streamer. She's a lady. She's been married for the past few years. You would never know it because in the 28,000 hours she streamed, she's never once mentioned her husband. To the legions of men and women who are watching her and adoring her for her body, right? And she's selling them the idea that, oh yeah, I'm your girl. I'm kind of your internet girlfriend. Has a husband who's been manipulating her behind the scenes the entire time, pulling the strings. And it makes me think like, we're supposed to feel sorry for this girl who's been manipulated by this man. And absolutely, it's horrible. The situation that she is in, it's abusive. It's wrong. I hope she gets out of it. I hope nothing but the best for her. But I also thought about the human factor for her fans. I mean, like, yes, she's being sexually abused to a certain point because of if you listen to these phone calls, what this person is unhinged. And they're just like they're spouting crazies at this person.
I haven't heard a lot of it, but abusive as hell. I would slightly disagrry though, man. Like, because let me finish. Just let me slightly finish. And okay,
I'm almost there.
Go ahead.
But so it was slightly sexually abusive and emotionally abusive because what he was just like, he would bash her and like there was no argument. He basically created nothing, and it was so insane to listen to. And it made me just think about all these little kids that are watching this girl, and they all have these fantasies about her. I wonder if she's doing a little bit of something similar, some different type of negative sexual feedback to these kids that's setting them up for failure in life and for their love lives. And I was just wondering about that potential capacity. That's what I was trying to get at with this Amaranth situation, even though I very much feel sorry for her and I hope the best for her.
I don't know. I'm not going to call hot tub streaming sex work. I guess she also is an OnlyFans participant and such, but that's part of quote unquote sex work. You're selling a fantasy. Is that stripper at the club
you
coming home with you?
Selling that fantasy to a 6-year-old kid, or no, I'm sorry, not a 6-year-old, a 16-year-old kid, a 14-year-old kid who doesn't have the real ability to process these things like a 22-year-old or a 28-year-old. A 22-year-old can't barely process it better than an 18-year-old, but a 28-year-old can process a breakup better. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get here. It's like the age of exposure to some of these concepts. All the same, we're 14, we're 15. We were all on the internet looking for, we all know what we were looking for at 14, 15. Let's be real.
Guess you gotta understand. There is okay. I'm pro. Like I've always believed for a very long time in pro sex work. Like should be fully legalized because then it can be safe and above board and doesn't need to be skeevy and terrible. But
that makes sense.
The thing is, you're being sold a product. Like I don't buy a PlayStation and expect it to make me a pro Rocket League player. You know, like, so I'm being
Right.
like,
That's because you're an adult now. You've been brought up to that point. These are still kids who are being launched onto this platform with no bumpers on their bowling alley.
You know,
They can land in the gutter real quick.
well,
No.
I mean, what were we watching at 6? I mean, I guess
Yeah.
that's the thing. We weren't able to watch.
Yes, that's a good point. I mean, what we were all watching at 15, 16, if we're being truthfully honest here, it was way worse than what they're seeing on these hot tub things.
No, I guess I wouldn't say way worse. Like,
It is
I mean,
worse,
yes,
because the
like,
internet was a wild west back then.
It was. But I'm saying, like, as far as, I guess the difference becomes, like, we're not talking porn, okay? Like, we're talking streaming, okay? So
Talking streaming, sexuality, internet girlfriend type thing.
You know what? I really miss talking about the Fire now.
but I can't. Oh man, I guess my whole point is the difference is, like, back then we got to watch an MTV show that was just as risque. But I guess the point I didn't think about until now is that, yes, now they're in a point where they're in a transactional transactional world of sexuality.
Yes.
Where we weren't even allowed to even come close to that until turning 18.
Oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. It is more transactional now.
Well, not now, but like it was back then. Even like, we're not like, even so, once you're 18, you can go to, like, let's just use a strip club for an example.
Great example.
That's a transactional sexual experience. Okay. Like, to an extent, right?
Opens up when you're 18.
Opens up when you're 18. You can't sneak in at 15 or 16. You can't steal mommy's credit card and like get a lap dance at 10. But I guess you could hop into a hot tub stream at 10 with mommy's credit card and not know that you're paying for in their minds, limited experience, right? So
right.
I can see that, but it sucks. As a person who never wanted to have kids, I want more adult themed things to be accessible to me, right? So,
right.
Like, I don't find an issue with it per se. The people who, I guess for lack of, I don't know if this word's allowed to be said anymore, so I won't say it, but the people who frequent an OnlyFans, frequent a hot tub stream, frequent these things, right? Like, we've all dabbled, but you get what I'm saying. Like, the people who are spending thousands or hundreds or whatever dollars over and over and over are not always of the adult mind that say, once you're 18 or 24 or 26 and go to the strip club.
Right.
God, who knew that a conversation about Garrick Heights would get to freaking such deep levels?
It's the saddest sports story on the internet. It's the title of the show. So we're gonna go to some sad places.
Let's just talk about George Heights now.
Let's go back. All right. Angus saying that I'm old enough to know that MTV shows were pretty much videos.
Oh man, I miss music videos. That's what I've been doing the whole last 3 nights. Is we just been kind of kicking it and listening to music on
little pop-up video.
No, oh god, I do remember that show.
Those were the best.
Oh, pop-up video on MTV?
Oh my god.
Or VH1.
Yes. VH1, there you go. Yeah. With the stupid bubbles on it. Yeah, that was. And they give you little cool facts about the music. Yeah, that was actually really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, you remember BET After Dark?
Wait, what After Dark?
BET After Dark?
BET After Dark is one.
That's when they played the really risque videos, yo. Like the Sir Mix-a-Lot put them on the glass and stuff.
I was just thinking about Adult Swim and how they're shutting that down.
Oh,
and how that was classic, and we really kind of that came up when we were young, and
I remember grabbing Papa John's and running back in time for 10 o'clock to see home movies and Futurama and stuff. Yeah, and then Aqua Teen Hunger Force, dude. That was the days, man.
They were showing clips of it, and they were showing what made it successful. It was these weird interlays, like these weird commercials that weren't commercials. Sometimes they would just show cool music for up and coming artists that we didn't know at the time, but then would turn out to be like Deadmau5, like you wouldn't, and stuff like that. Like they were doing very, very cool stuff there. And I don't know how we're gonna ever see that again, because terrestrial TV, it's dead.
Well, look at this. Look at what we're doing. You know, like however many people are going to watch this. Not us. You know, like entertainment is so stratified. Like I watch Game Grumps a bunch, and there's millions of people who do, and there are tens of hundreds of millions of people who have no idea who they are.
Right.
You know, it's not such a shared experience anymore. That like there is only 4 shows on right now, so you know half of the country watched Full House. You know,
I used to watch Home Improvement.
I loved Home Improvement back in the day. I did not watch the new show with Tim Allen, but man, the old Home Improvement I did really enjoy. Watched pretty much almost all the episodes till it finished.
My favorite thing about Tim Allen is how politically involved he is for being a non-voting felon.
for being a cocaine.
Yep, he got
cocaine
busted
possession, busted, and ratting out your dealer kind of person. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was they were doing the Santa Claus scene for the interrogation scene for Santa Claus, and they apparently had to shoot it like 80 times because he kept giving up the name of his former cocaine dealer. That's not true, but it sounds like it could be.
Sounds good.
It sounds good.
Oh man,
DBG, what kind of depravity?
DBG, we gotta bring you back to Fire or to Garrick Heights and do some more bird pooping on. No, bird poop's good luck. Let's let some T-Rex poop.
Man, unless the bird poop lands on Heights, and he for whatever reason has to quit the Fire. I mean, it ain't happening. Look, you know what? I want this team to be successful. I want them to make the right moves. I want them to play exciting soccer. I want them to win.